What is up YouTube? This is Sachintha, your host, back with another video. I've been needing to do this video ever since I bought my MacBook Pro. This is going to be an explanation of what it did for my work style. Of course, as you guys know, I would love a minimal setup. Previously, I've been using a MacBook Air, so all the heavy lifting was done with a custom spec PC. I anyways didn't like the integration of the two ecosystems, but hey, I had to do it. This year I did my research on the MacBook M1, but still I had some mixed feelings. One reason being Intel has been there for a while now. They know their game, they know what they've been doing. Of course, yes, Apple has been using their silicon, their own silicon in products like the iPad. But still I had a mixed feeling saying that I'm going to be one of the first owners of the first generation of this Apple Silicon. There can be a lot of things going wrong. But to tell you guys the truth, this actually blew my mind. This outperformed every single laptop that I have experienced with. Of course, I think it has outperformed the very high fully spec'd Dell XPS series as well. So I'll just walk you through the spec of this. Of course, you might have seen thousands of videos by now, but then previously, about a year ago, MacBooks, all the Apple lineup was using Intel chips. That too was very fast because Apple has a tight integration of software and hardware. The only missing piece that I think they had was the chip. This has opened up a lot of new performance updates for the MacBook itself. Talking about the base model that I have, I bought the 8-core GPU, the 8-core CPU. This does not show us a definite clock speed of the CPU, but then I have put together a few benchmarks for you from Geekbench. So as you can very clearly see, the Mac Mini and the MacBook Pro 13 and the MacBook Air has outperformed all the other MacBook Apple has launched so far, and it has even outperformed the early 2019 iMac, which is really great. And also the interesting part is the Mac Pro 2019 is just, I think, nowhere near to the performance of this. Of course, this is single core, and when it comes to multi-core performance, the Mac Pro performs really good, and at that price point it does really have to perform really good. But then when it comes to the new M1 chips, they have performed really well when compared to other Apple products. So this is the base model. I have 8 gigs of RAM, and then I would have really fancied the 16 gig version of this because of that extra headroom. But from the reviews and from my personal experience for the month, I didn't come across an issue with the RAM, because I think the CPU also supports a lot in this because everything is tightly integrated right now. So I didn't have that much of an issue. But then if you guys are like heavy users, I would suggest you to wait and take the 16 gigs. Of course, the price is a bit on the high side. I think it's almost 100,000 difference between the 8 gig and the 16 gig. So that's something to keep in mind. So in terms of compatibility, this is something that everyone who's using the Adobe suite must know. Of course, Photoshop and Lightroom is optimized to the M1 performance. So you will get the speeds, you will get the battery life of the total M1 series. But then when it comes to Premiere Pro, still, and I think the other After Effects, etc., still Adobe have not optimized those softwares to work with the M1. Of course, they work, but not for the highest potential of the M1 chip. So talking about the design, I really love the fact that I am anyways a fan of 13-inch MacBooks. I had the Air. I had a previous MacBook Pro 15-inch. I hated it. So this form factor is really nice. You guys know that this is a unibody design. I kind of like the wedged design of the MacBook Air, but then just because that it feels very natural when you type on it. But then I mean, this is nothing to complain. A big drawback I have, at least for the Pro models, they could have included another 2 ports. I mean, come on Apple, this is a Pro model where creators are going to use. So if they had 2 more ports, it would have been really great, because right now it has only 2 ports. And also in terms of the whole redesign, they haven't done anything. Of course, this is the body of the earlier 13-inch MacBook Pro. So the screen bezels are still there. Some of the Dell laptops, they have the full screen, so the real estate becomes a bit bigger. But then again, come on, it is Apple, so they take time to do it, but when they do it, I think they do it better. Keypad is amazing. I love to type on this basically because it's so clicky. It has a nice travel to it. So I really love typing on this. All the notes, even for this video, all the notes are taken on the notepad itself with the keyboard. The trackpad is another thing. I usually use an external mouse, but then again, sometimes when I'm on the go and sometimes when I'm bored to take the mouse from the bag, I use the trackpad, even to edit photos, even to edit videos. It works perfectly. One good side of the screen is that it jumps up to about 500 nits, which is very bright comparatively. So if you are working in cafes, not that you guys have gone out lately, but then if you are working in cafes or bright environments, this 500 nits exactly works. The biggest advantage of this, despite the fact that it's very fast, is the battery life. I can't remember a time that it went down 50% from my the work environment. Of course, I am using the wall outlet when I'm at home, but then when I go here and there, I haven't actually had a point to have that stress in the mind that will this run out. So that is a huge plus. I think the battery is the same as the previous year, but then this chip is very efficient, power efficient, so that is why this is performing in this magnitude. Just to give you guys a comparison of the MacBook Air M1 and the MacBook Pro, in paper both looks exactly same, and from the reviews that I've been going through, the performance is same. The MacBook Air does not have a fan, but the MacBook Pro has an active cooling system with a fan. The really difference comes when you do long edits or long power consuming tasks on the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro. I have seen reviews which has these differences. So the last point is price. So this currently retails in Sri Lanka from an authorized Apple dealer for about 340,000 rupees, if I'm not mistaken. The 16 gigs can run you about 475-ish sum. So there is around 100,000 plus difference between the 6 gigs and the 16 gigs. But then again, from my experience for the 1 month that I've been using my MacBook Pro, it increases my productivity, increases my efficiency in turn back time. It gives me the best display quality right now that I can have from an Apple product, because the colors and everything is spot on, it is accurate. And then it has basically a peace of mind with the battery performance. Overall, this is a fully fledged machine in a very nice form factor. You don't need a huge PC to run your total business. So I run my business and my YouTube channel and my photo editing in this. This has become a centerpiece of my setup. Having said that, I must say thank you very much. You guys have been amazing. I am almost reaching 100 subscribers if I'm not mistaken. But the sad part is 70% of you guys who watch my videos does not subscribe. So please, a subscribe would be amazing. Let's meet you up in the next video. Until then, go create. Peace.